both sides out onto Hands Oval, the 1,000th league game for the Southwest Football League to be played on this oval. That is a huge amount of effort, isn't it? We spoke before the ground. This patch of grass has been renewed over the years, but it's had royal visits, Mac, this oval. It was had seen the Army here for a while. It's had waffle games. It's had the soccer games. It's had state cricket. It's seen a lot, and AFL games.
Yeah, it's an institution, Hands Oval, and I know as a player I used to relish the opportunity to play on this oval. It's such a big ground. It's such a picturesque ground. Back in the day when I was playing, we still had a tree stump in the middle of the ground as the
I remember that.
the bounce pad for the umpires. So it just has a real aura about it, this ground. And now, with the improvements and the AFL coming to town, it just gets bigger and better all the time.
Well, as a voice of very much experience, I like the commentary box a wee bit better than the old one that was here. Mind you, it served its purpose for a number of years. I've seen an old photo of Hands Oval, and that commentary box and the old change rooms were the only things that were there. So it has definitely changed a bit. As I said, both sides out on the
old commentary box. Craney would climb the ladder of death to get into it.
I was starting to get trouble getting up through that chapter.
It was an OC health and safety nightmare. But this, as you talk about this commentary box, as the air conditioning's just blowing on the back of our neck.
It was funny. I jumped in with Jared when we arrived here, and we jump in the elevator and we just go up. And I was thinking the same thing, Mac, about lugging all the gear up that rickety ladder up into the box.
Yeah, I know. It's always felt like a Ninja Turtle sometimes, the gear you have on your back. But it's all for the love of footy, mate.
Let's get into this game. Gentlemen, South Bunbury out on going through their prelims, as is Donnybrook. Geez, there's a bit of height in the Donnybrook side. One bloke we never spoke about too much was Ben Howlett, of course, the former Essendon player.
Yeah, so
he had a year off, and he's back playing footy.
Yeah, no, good to see him back. He'll definitely bring a fair bit of experience, and he's one that doesn't seem to lose his skill or his talent, and he's doesn't lose any speed from what I've seen. So they'll be happy to have him back. But see, is it Kai Lucy's gone over East, Craney?
Yes, I see he's got a transfer across there. Umpires for today's game, and good luck to them. Matthew Stewart, Kai Skoda and Spencer Drummond are in the field. Jared Armstrong, Blake Greengrass and Kyle Adlam are doing the boundary. And Max Dawson and Jason Morrow have the goals. And I'll get Charlie just to go have a look up the women's and the Colts scores and run through the previous scores on today.
Well, I've already got the women's up.
What do you got there, Charlie?
It was South Bunbury 1-6 to Donnybrook 9-10-64. Just give me a minute, I'll try and get to the reserves.
That's the umpires in the toss, and it looks like Jacob Kendall has won the toss for Donnybrook and will be kicking to the city end. So Jacob Kendall and Kevin Chitty from their respective clubs. So Donnybrook get the first win for this afternoon. Charlie, who's going to win and why?
Well, I've gone against the grain. I've gone Donnybrook here. I feel like it'll be pretty similar to last year's match when these two played and Donnybrook got the win. I think they'll be more hungry for this one, Donnybrook, but South Bunbury, I mean, they're coming off a loss, so they'll be hungry as well.
And Darren McDonald?
Yeah, it's a hard one, but I think coming off the loss, reigning premiers, home ground, quite a good crowd in. South Bunbury by under a kick.
And Charlie, did you get the Colts score then too?
The reserves. The reserves, South Bunbury 6-9-45 to Donnybrook 6-2-38.
And we'll grab the Colts one that's just finished. Considering someone was inconsiderate enough to kick a goal after the siren, it got me a bit confused, Mac.
Jeez, it was a belter too, Craney.
That's a good way to finish the game, isn't it?
Logan's just kicked a goal for the Swans.
Darren McDonald's son has just kicked his 7th.
It's his 100th career goal.
It's his 100th goal. Oh, yeah. Congratulations to the young man. Righto, we're just about in readiness here, both sides getting their last-minute instructions from their captains. There's a real feel around the place, Mac. There's a real air of anticipation.
You beat me to it, Craney. Air of anticipation. South Bunbury crew always get around because they are always in the mix. South Bunbury, one of the most successful clubs in the Southwest Football League.
In Australia,
competition. They're a bit like Collingwood. They even have a song like Collingwood. But if you don't love them, you absolutely hate them. There's not too many impartials that will come to a side and barrack for South Bunbury if they aren't a South Bunbury person.
Keep an eye on a young man called Toby McGee.
Is that me and Toby McGee?
Toby McGee. Only a young player, very young player, very slighter frame. Come on the ground in the second half last week, and he made a little bit of difference. Knows where to go to get the footy, so a big career ahead of him.
Croney, I've just got the shark spotters on him. What primary school does he go to?
I met him downstairs, and he does look like a young man.
Yeah.
And coming to the interchange bench for the Dons, Mac.
Yeah, as well, we have got McCosker coming to the bench. We've got Bolton coming to the bench. Falco coming to the bench. And the veteran defender in Dale coming to the bench.
I think Battaglia was on the bench there, mate.
Oh, Battaglia. Sorry, number 3, yeah.
So we've got Crane and Cormac in the middle, along with Nathan Murray. And that's a big move.
Lucy in the ruck as well for
South.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful.
That's not a bad move, is it? Chuck the veteran in the middle.
Yeah, well and
see if we can get
get
it all happening. It's all set for game number 1000 at Hands Oval. Umpire holds the ball aloft. This is SEN Spirit and the mighty Darren McDonald.
Up they go. It's Hawkins and Lucy. One down by Lucy. Now he gets the toe tap. Head over the football with Siska. Can't quite get a handle on it. It still stacks on the mill. Now Donnybrook emerged with the footy through Dale. Goes on the left foot. Goes out to the scoreboard pocket. Trickles over the line and the umpire will throw it in. So it's about 30 metres around from the Donnybrook goal.
That'll be another one you mentioned there early. South will be looking for big things out of his Cade Siska.
Yeah.
A little bit of pace on that wing.
Absolutely. Ball comes back into play. It's one down by Trigwell. Donnybrook emerged with the footy. Trigwell can't quite pick it up. Versace's in the thick of things. It's a snap on the foot by Fraser, but it's missed the lot. It's gone too skinny, so South Bunbury will bring the ball back into play. Having to jump the fence is Tommy Gorder.
This will be interesting to see the Donnybrook set up with the kick-ins. You would think it would be quite organised.
Yes.
And it looks very, very organised. So they've zoned it a bit with a one-on-one, Mac.
Yes.
It's a bit of a combination of both.
And South Bunbury have had a pretty predictable way they bring the ball back into play from full-back the last 2 years. So a lot of sides would be well aware of that now. It'd be interesting to see if they mix it up a bit this year. And as he does, he goes a short pass, finds his teammate Galloway, who brings it up the ground. Not the best kick.
That's a very good mark.
Cut off by the captain coach and Cody Leggett for Donnybrook. He's too far out to score, maybe not for him. Versace can't take the intercept. Here's Crane, gets a handball away to a teammate, and they're away. Versace spears the ball out to Siska and hits him on the chest. So Siska is on the grandstand side, gets a handball out to Sawyer. Sawyer has to do a bit of work. Siska just hacks it forward. Chitty can't win the football. Over it was Lucy. Chitty wraps him up. The umpire's going to throw it up just right here, smack fair centre on the grandstand wing.
That's for Cash for Cans. Thank you very much for your support this afternoon. Good start, Mac.
Yeah, up they go for cashforcans.com. And just edged out of the contest was Lucy, according to the umpire. So he gets the free handballs quickly onto a teammate there in Kings. He has the football again back from Leggett. Goes inside 50. Perkisic drops what he should have taken. That would have been very good for Donnybrook had he got it. But away, South Bunbury go emerge. It goes underground. Crane's there to receive the footy. Very slick handball to Galloway. He got it out there in time to Ethan Nordell. And away goes Crane again down the wing. There's a good mark.
Gee, that's a beauty of quick hands, isn't it? That cleared the defensive unit.
We've got Cade Waldred over on the far wing. South Bunbury really good out of defence there. Comes into Gorda. He could just about kick a goal from here. He goes right across the middle of the round. It's a big switch. He finds Sawyer. Puts a stab pass in. They're at high half forward. It's with Wright. Jack Wright. He gets a handball to Sawyer. Sawyer fumbles. Chip pass to the top of 50. Taking a mark on his chest is Murray. Spears it inside. Goes wider. And he has found Brook. Brook. A little bit too far out to score. Goes long. Hasn't really hit it sweetly. They fly. Big fist. And it trickles over the line right next to the South Bunbury point post. Members side. Had a
Young
good start,
Brook.
Crane.
Yeah, young Brook, good chance for a rising star. Thanks to skill hire Mac. He's a good young player.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how he goes. Umpire to bring the ball back into play. Lane goes up with Lucy, getting down to the bottom of the pack and trying to get a free kick was Chetty. Crane's there. He's always dangerous around goal. And he's won a free kick. Held without it. Umpire hasn't played advantage. That's common sense.
Wee bit of experience in all that too. He put himself in the. I think the kick was there, but he made sure the umpire seen it. Did the little fella?
Geez, he still looks fit, Alan. He's smiling too.
So while Donnybrook had a fair bit of that first play, the Tigers will get the first real shot at goal for this afternoon, or this evening it is, Mac.
So he's almost dead in front, and he's going to kick from about 35 metres. Sean Crane, the wily veteran. In he comes. Goes around to get a little bit of distance. He's put it straight over the umpire's hat. The veteran gets the first for the day.
Had a fair bit of the footy early too, but yeah, he did it pretty well. That's the experience. You can't teach that. He knew what was coming. He knew what was around it and made the very most of it.
Yeah, well, after last week's result, Julian Burgess has made a statement by putting his two veterans into the middle of the ground for the first ball ups, and it's had an impact already.
And Charlie will keep an eye on the other game going on, thanks to Geograph Civil. So that'll be around the grounds. As soon as you get a score update, mate, just let us know.
So Hawkins and Lucy doing all right so far in this.
I think
contest.
That's going to be a major battle, this one.
Up they go. One down by Lucy again. Bennett can't take it. Crane, who's absolutely inspired at the moment, brought to ground by Falco. Umpire's going to ball it up again. Up they go. One down by Hawkins this time. Crane sharks it again. He's just about filled up the stat sheet already. Goes out wide. Waldrick gets after it. Pushed in the back as he went to get the football. Umpire says play on. And Donnybrook will want to get moving.
Oh, you love this, don't you? There's a lot of feeling in this game. The tackling, thanks to Bunbury Mower Service, has been outstanding.
They've had their fair share of inside 50s early, Donnybrook, but just haven't been able to capitalise. Umpire's called a free kick. Going the way of the South Bunbury Ruckman. For
no doubt about that.
Shepherding in the contest.
Donnybrook have had a lot of the footy early.
Hawkins gets the handball onto Gorda, goes on his big long left boot, long down the line. Oh, big mark.
Gee, that's a very good mark. That's a contender for
That
us.
was Ethan Nordell, the Viking. Brings it into Siska, who's in a mile of space. Heads for home. Oh, Siska. He's kicked a point. They don't get much easier than that, Alan.
I think we might. That mark on the outer side too might go down as a CPA Outdoor Centre mark of the day. I'm sure Charlie put a little tick to that, did you, Charlie?
Yes, I have. That was a good mark.
And on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard, it is South Bunbury 117, Donnybrook yet to score. They bring the ball back into play. The Dons.
That's a nice kick in.
Good mark there, taken by Bolton. Still inside D50. Now he's out. His teammate dropped the mark there in Perkisic, and South Bunbury repel again. Murray goes inside 50. Good, strong mark under the ball. Very strong mark there by Donnybrook's Dale. Stab pass still inside D50, goes to Carey. Carey's got someone on the outside, and he's dropped that Cody Leggett uncharacteristically. Sun must have got in his eyes. Now he's kicked it out on the full. He's a bit flustered.
Wasn't his best moment, wasn't he? He probably thought, how did I do that? And then just turned around and kicked out on the full.
Young Worsfold had made all the effort. He was on his Pat Malone, and it ended up on a car bonnet. Ball comes back into play. It's the Viking of the Bodie version. He just puts it into the hot spot. Lane can't take the mark. He was fully stretched, made every attempt. Ball's on the deck. No one can pick it up. Brought to ground. Umpire says dangerous tackle. And South Bunbury are going to get a shot at goal. Coming up is the man Jace Cormack, who does have a knack for drawing free kicks inside 50.
He also has a very handy knack of kicking goals. He's Jace Cormack. You'd be interested to see how many he's kicked over the years. Of course, played premierships with a number of different clubs. He's an absolute star, Jace Cormack.
He is, and if he gets a goal here, then the two veterans have got one each, and they've started in the centre. In he comes. He's going to kick this from about 45. Jace Cormack sends it on its way. It's not his best kick, and another behind to the Tigers. 1-2-8 to Donnybrook, 0 on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard as they bring it back into play through Perkasic. Ball's turned over again. Bodie Nordal. Good handball up front to a teammate there in Fazioli. Ball's out of play, and they'll throw it in 65 metres around. Oh, no, it's a lasso, Craney.
It's the old lasso, Mac. Get your scans done at SKG too. Thanks for your support this afternoon.
Murray goes inside.
Oh,
is out the back to Ethan Nordal, outside of the right, left boot, right boot, whatever boot, and it's only a point.
Gee, there's a bit of panic on the Donnybrook defender there.
Yeah, Ethan Nordal just didn't connect. They bring the ball back into play again through Kings. Finds a teammate. They play on now, and away goes Howlett. Sends it down the wing door, 1-on-1. Trigwell just fingertipped it over the line. So over on that far wing, they'll bring it back into play for Cash for Cans.
Just taking a little bit of time to settle down, aren't they, Donnybrook? Getting plenty of the footy, but they're just quite using it as they would have liked.
A little bit untidy, a little bit rushed unnecessarily. South Bunbury keeping their cool. This time it's one down by Lucy, and he was up against Jay Wright. Umpire's going to ball this one up now for cashforcans.com.au. Up they go again. One down by Wright this time. Taken by the racehorse Goanna in Cormac, but he's brought to ground. Ball's one down by Lucy, picked up by Murray. He's pushed off his kick. Bodie Nordal has had a bit of the footy all
so is this man.
Handball back to Gorda, left foot. Spots up Cormac. Can't take the mark. Gathers off the deck. Very decisive handball to Murray, and away they go again inside 50. Oh, getting in the way and reading it beautifully is Kings. So which way is he going to go? Straight down the corridor. Finds Falco. They need to get a bit of run going, Donnybrook. Goes out to that far wing again to no one in particular. Gorda having an absolute birthday. Cormac also snaps it around the corner to Murray, who's getting a fair bit of it. Handball's off to Gorda. They're sharing. Here's Crane. Has a look. Goes back to Gorda. On that lefty, mongrels it inside 50. Giblet comes out and meets the footy with strength. Gathers it off the deck. Taps it around the boundary line. Crane's intercepted. Not 15 play on. Goes back to Murray. He's not even getting knocked up, getting kicks. He's just in the right spot at the right time. This bloke, he's going really, really well. Murray, 60 out, just pops it up to the hot spot. Players set them to, Nordell just couldn't quite hold it. Ball, it's wrapped up on the deck. Umpire says holding the ball.
Gee, he positioned himself there too well, Nordell. Just floated across the front of the pack.
So Ralston brings it out to the grandstand side. There will be a contest. Carey does exceptionally well for Donnybrook. Perkasic works some magic in the tight space. Now runs out, has a bounce. Looking for someone to give to. Has to have another bounce.
Oh.
He's going to get his third bounce, but he's only run across the ground. Now he puts it out into space. Clever footy. Went to Battaglia, who gets up, dances around, finds a teammate there. Bolton, not 15 play on, drives it into the pocket. They set off after it, trying to keep it in play desperately was Shannon, but it was in vain.
Good to see Michael Battaglia early touches. He's still got plenty of skill, that young man.
Yeah.
But I can call him young because he's young compared to us, Mac. But
yeah.
Donnybrook just bit stop-start, and they're just looking for that run over rate. When Perker was trying to find someone running past, there was no overlap coming.
There wasn't. So he had to keep going. And they're just deep in South Bunbury's forward pocket, and it's 9 points to them on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard. One down by Versace. Coming across was Worsfold. Couldn't pick it up. Big
that's a big tackle.
There.
That's a Bunbury Mower Service tackle of the game right there.
And it's going to Big Trigger. Big Trigwell laying that tackle.
Peak performance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For Solar Hout Southwest by the big fella.
And that's what you want from your forwards.
Well, you need to lock it in, don't you? It's hard enough to get it in there. You need to have a bit of that forward line pressure.
Yep. So he's on it's a bit worse than 45 degrees, and he's going to kick it from about 30 metres, right side for a left footer. In he comes. Zach Trigwell goes off his right boot. Looks pretty good. Umpire doesn't like it though, and it's only behind Donnybrook's first score. South Bunbury by 8 points in the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard.
I'll tell you what, our Go West coaches are running the boards pretty heavily down there.
11 minutes gone on the Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill clock. And away goes Gorder, straight down the Ididdle as we customarily see. McDonald takes a perler, but the umpire said push out. So South Bunbury, away they go. Off the right boot by Fazioli, finds a teammate there in Waldrett. Waldrett off his left, was looking for Lane, but Nordell chipped in. That's Ethan. Thought about a handball, now goes himself, nearly got smothered. It's going to go to the hot spot. Cormac in the mix, took his eye off the footy. Head over the footy was Ralston for the Dons. It's all out the front, 25 metres in front of South Bunbury's goal. Lane tackled, dispossessed. Bodie Nordell can't pick it up. Ducking and diving and kicking it out of there. Sam Perkisic once again. Lux a fortune, and Battaglia makes good position. Left half back. Goes across the ground.
Clever kick.
Really good footy. McDonald doesn't have to break stride. Goes deep into the forward line. If it hits well, Trigwell's in the van. Takes him on. He's tackled. He's legged. What's the umpire going to say? Geez, it did slip down his ankle and his...
That was outstanding defence there, wasn't it, though? Trigwell was on his bike.
He took him on. All right. Gorder to bring it back in.
Tommy Galloway hurt himself a little bit in that, but that was a magnificent effort.
So Gorder gets it deep inside the square,
kick.
and Nordell goes way too early, and it's going to be a Donnybrook footy going to the captain coach in Leggett, and he could kick it from here, Craney.
Thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour, MGIB, and G'day Gags.
Leggett does a little fake, then just a stab pass out to the flank. McDonald picks it up, reels around on that right boot, stab passes into the pocket.
Gee, he's been everywhere. That's Gorder.
Gorder, geez, he's probably had about 10 disposals already.
Western Oil Pest Services best defender at the moment.
He goes over the head of Bodie Nordell, not the best kick. Rushed off it was Allen from Donnybrook. Versace goes in to apply pressure. Picked up by Kendall. Perkisic, all class off the right boot. There's Donnybrook's first. And they go 1-2-8, trailing South Bunbury 1-3-9, thanks to Southwest Isuzu.
Not only a goal, Mac, but that was a WA Carpet Supermarket goal of the day contender.
Well
that was
and truly.
All class. Picked it up, knew exactly where the goals were. Didn't have a lot of time. Just whacked it on his boot, and that did not deviate. That went straight through the Ididdle.
Thanks, Craney, courtesy of MGIB. Like a good neighbour, MGIB is there. Who do you like for your best on at the moment, Craney, for a free battery fitting? Battery World, Bunbury, Busselton.
How's your batteries first? All right?
Yeah, they are.
They're still running on. They're full, aren't they? You're always full.
Yep.
You're like a solar-powered bunny, aren't you?
Footy gives me my fill-up.
Oh, geez, there's a number starting to put their hand up for it. I think we're just in for a great game of footy.
Yep. Up they go. One down by McDonald. Picked up there by Murray. Fires out a really good handball to Waldrett on his left foot, favoured left. Sends it out looking for Scott. He's outdone by his opponent who sends it up the far wing. Allen can't take the mark. Gorder handballs it off to Waldrett. No, I think it was McGee. It was McGee, Toby McGee.
That's what I like about him. Look at the use of the footy by the young fella.
Yep, he found Chitty, his skipper. Chitty goes inside. Ball's 50-50 ball. Big ball to be won. Jace Cormac went in with great ferocity, but the umpire said he copped him high, and bringing it out is Mitch Kings. Finds Kendall. yet to really come into the game. Kendall gets a handball onto Kings. He goes further afield to McCosker. Goes long and high. They set themselves. Bozo Carey. Christian Carey gets up immediately. Handballs on to Bolton. Bolton gives the hands on to Battaglia. Battaglia tries to square it up. Kendall pulled it in. Umpire didn't pay the mark. Sawyer head over the footy. Is he trying to get it out? Umpire says, I'll have it. Boys crosses the arms.
Have we got a score from around the ground thanks to Geograph Civil?
I've been trying to look, but I can't find anything for you, unfortunately.
Keep us up to date, Charlie.
Yeah, I'll keep trying.
Taken by Ethan Nordell, handballed off to brother Bodie. The Vikings working in tandem. A Giblet comes in and lays a big shepherd. Ball trickles over the line right in front of the South Bunbury Socials.
They were a bit lucky then, Donnybrook, ball, the big shepherd, but the ball just trickled out the back.
Yeah, they're getting a fair bit of advice from the South Bunbury faithful. There's Gibber and Kings.
There's a good atmosphere out there, Mac.
Absolutely. So it's about at right half forward for South Bunbury. McDonald wins it down again. He's been quite good in the ruck. Ball comes out from Hawkins off the ground. Umpire says holding the ball, and that's a great tackle for Bunbury Mower Service.
5 minutes left on the Hollow Beach bar clock.
To Fazioli, who's had a little bit of it. Effective with his ball use normally too. Goes wide. Crane couldn't quite take the mark. Picked up by Scott. Goes long on his left. Starts left, stays left.
That's a spoil.
Big fist, a golden fist.
That was a beauty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you want out of the defender. He just went whack. In a bit of trouble. He had forwards all around him and a terrific fist through.
South Bunbury 10 leading Donnybrook 8 on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard as Donnybrook bring the
there's
ball
been
back
a
to the
bit
play.
going
There's
on.
a free kick with a player on the ground, that player in Chase Cormack. And it's from McCosker, who's infringed. It's still going on a little bit.
Yeah, it's on now.
Be careful it's not reversed. Ethan Nordell flying the flag. He's taking that Viking tag pretty seriously.
Gee, I think our Go West coach in Cody Leggett would be a bit ropeable about that. Donnybrook were out, and now it ends up with Jace Cormack, as we said, a known goal kicker with a shot for goal, but he'd be 30 metres out from goal.
Yeah. Nearly 5 minutes to go on the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill clock as Cormack comes in almost dead in front, kicks from 35. It doesn't come off that sweetly, but he gets it through. He gets his first of the day. And Cormack's got one, Crane's got one for South Bunbury, 2-4-16. Donnybrook 1-2-8 on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard.
Probably not the neatest goal that Jace Cormack's kicked over his long career, but it still got the results. And, gee, that was just a lack of discipline then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were out, and you just cannot do it nowadays.
It's an absolute coach killer, Craney. When you see that happening, it's unnecessary. And they it's cost them a goal now in a close match. So they need to reply quickly here, get that one back. Lucy and Hawkins. One down by Lucy. Leggett can't quite get it. Bennett can't pick it up either. They're all fighting for it on the deck. Hawkins tried to shovel it back out to Crane.
Ooh.
He goes in after it and he gets taken high.
Notice McGee underneath all that.
He's had a great quarter, Sean Cray. Oh, it's McGee, sorry. And he gets it out to Sean Crane now. Great handball out wide. Here comes Chitty on the right foot. Just sends it off to the half-forward flank. Set a task for Ethan Nordell. Kept his feet. Streaking through was Cormack. Ball goes over the line. Was it off the foot? Was it a lasso? I think it is. And Leggett is the recipient of the kick.
Beautiful kick.
Great
That is
kick
a beauty.
into the middle of the ground. And
And
there's
they are out.
former teammate Thomas Bennett takes the football. East Fremantle teammate, rather. Versace gets a fair old-fashioned bump and gets Rissole. And then the goal has gone through for Donnybrook. And that was by the goal sneak from the lower southwest, Tanner Allen.
No, he's from Eton, actually, Tanner Allen.
Eton.
Originally, but gee, that was a good goal. Tanner Allen's a known goal kicker, and you better put him down too, I reckon, for a WA Carpet Supermarket chance or nomination there, Charlie. That was a nice goal. That was a beautiful kick from Cody Leggett. That opened up the middle of the ground for Donnybrook. That was absolutely perfect. The player didn't even have to miss stride. And Donnybrook, 2-2.
It's 2 points of difference on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard in favour of South Bunbury. 2 minutes to go on the Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill clock, Graney.
We expected a contest, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Lucy wins it down again, taken out of the middle by Murray, but he's Fazioli, but he's tackled, and wrapping it up in fine fashion is Bolton, and they're going to do it all again, just forward of the centre circle for the Tigers. One down by Hawkins this time. Leggett can't pick it up. Bennett grabbed when he didn't have it by Crane. Now Crane brings him to ground for Bunbury mower service. And the umpire's going to ball it up in the centre of the ground. Geez, there's a bit of spite in this one.
You got to love it, don't you? You got to love footy.
One down by Hawkins.
Taken beautifully done.
Beautifully by Howlett. Slick hands. Coming through as McDonald has a bounce. Goes long inside 50. There's no one home. The bounce has got Nordell. He picks up the footy. Discards an opponent. He's dealt with crudely after he gets rid of it, and he's going to earn a free kick. And
he did that very well, Nordell. He was under an enormous amount of pressure. The ball just bounced straight on its end.
It's a relay kick to Crossman.
Which was about 10 metres.
Yeah, and it's now with Gorder in the left back pocket. 53 seconds to go on the Hungry Hollow clock in this first quarter for cashforcans.com.au. He goes long on that left. Puts it outside 50. Siska at the base of the pack. Picks it up eventually. Away they go. Right. Stab pass over the head of Waldrett. Coates. Head over. The umpire's called a trip. And Wright wins a free kick. No. It's come up to Perkisic. Goes inside 50. No one pick it up. McGee does though. Very sweet. Off to Gorder, who's had his 25th kick for the quarter.
That's Crosman, Mac.
6. Was it? Oh,
yes.
Sorry.
Sorry,
and
mate.
Siska picks it up. Ball's in dispute. Falls to Chitty. Gets a good handball over the top to Brook. Brook tries to centre it up, and there's the siren to end the first quarter on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard. South Bunbury 2-4-16 leading Donnybrook 2-2-14 in this spirited affair.
Quarter time here in the 1000th Southwest Football League game to be played on this oval, and it has not let us down. It's been a very, very interesting contest. We're going to be back out after the break for quarter number 2. From Hands Oval, it is quarter time here, and a very entertaining first quarter. 2 goals, 4-16 South Bunbury, 2 Donnybrook, 2-14. In a quarter where it looked like both sides were just feeling each other out. Both of them haven't got their real run and stun games going on due to a bit of tackling, but due to a little bit of self-pressure put under the footy, Mac.
Yeah, there's a high-pressure game out there, but like you say, they're putting pressure on themselves and probably not just taking the... They've got more time than they think they have, both sides, to use the football. So it's been a bit of a turnover game between the 50-metre arcs at times. But when South Bunbury have had their handball on, their Gen X engineering teamwork, Craney, has been outstanding. Gorder, he's been up the ground more than I've ever seen, and he's really playing a quarterback role.
Charlie, do you want to just run through the goal scorers for us, please, in the first quarter?
Yes, we've got Sean Crane with a goal, Jace Cormack with a goal, Sam Perkisic with a goal, and Tanner Allen with a goal.
So that's single goal scorers for both these sides. We're not very far away from the start of the second quarter. I think this game's going to open up, Mac. I'm not quite sure which way it's going to open up.
Okay.
But I've got the feeling that both these sides will just get back into a bit of flow here as we're ready to start the second quarter for SEN Spirit and Darren McDonald.
Up they go. Lucy wins it down over McGee. Bennett sharked it, but then slipped over at a crucial moment. The umpire's going to ball it up again. So up they go. They're going to do it all again for cashforcans.com.au. And away they go. Bennett can't get a handle on it. Crane, slick hands to Cormack. Cormack went forward to Bodie Nordell. Back to Bodie Nordell. He got rid of it. Umpire said it was a throw though. So Kendall, recipient of the free kick. Wastes no time. Straight down to Cody Leggett. And he is well within range here. The captain coach would dearly love one early in this first quarter to put his side in front, Craney.
I think this would be a big team lifter too if the coach could put this through.
Not the biggest run-up. Away he goes from 55. Just a chip to the top. It's gone right over the umpire's hat. And Cody Leggett's got his first for the day on the Harvey Norman electrical scoreboard. Donnybrook a 3-2-20, 2-4-16.
Not a bad little chip, was it? Just outside 50, and he just laid back, and I thought he took a bit of a smaller run out, just peeled out a bit, and it just kept going and going and over the top, and Cody Leggett, no doubt, would be very, very happy with that. As with the Donnybrook Football Club, that's the way to start the second quarter.
Thanks, Craney. Thanks to MGIB. Like a good neighbour, MGIB's there. Craney, see what I mean about his kick? It's effortless, but it just goes,
kept on going.
Oh, I know. Righto, so they're back in the middle of the ground. Lucy and Hawkins. Up they go. One down by Lucy this time. It's socket out of the air by Cormac. It clean bowls a whole lot of it. Oh, both players went to make space. And the umpires found a free kick, and it's going the way of Donnybrook.
Both players went to Shepherd for the other back, and the ball landed in the middle.
Yeah, it's Howlett. And
ball was sitting still for a solid 3 seconds.
Oh, geez, that 50 metres? We're not giving it, but no, Howlett tried to milk it, but no, umpire having none of that.
Gee, it must have been very close, though.
Yeah. Rightio. Howlett, former Essendon listed player, on his right boot. Really good kick to Bennett, who's got a touch of the fumbles today. Gives it back to Howlett, who's backed up nicely. What's the umpire saying here?
Oh, yep.
He's going the other way for what, a throw?
A throw, I'd reckon.
Yep. I think it was.
A bit late to get that second hand on it.
And look who's got it.
Kev Chitty.
Chitty, bang, bang. Gives a handball off. Away they go through the middle of the ground. Oh,
that is a terrific mark.
Beautiful intercept mark to Leggett, who's doing it at both ends. Away goes, comes up on Shannon, still inside D50. At the top of D50, Kendall at clean bowls him. Getting after the footy, Siska, Cormac, Siska, ball spinning around. Giblet comes in and says, get out of my way. But the South Bunbury boys just drag him to the ground.
You've got to love the attitude of Kendall, doesn't he? He didn't quite sit for him, and he just jumped back on it.
He's like a rabid dog. Hawkins tried to kick it out of the ruck. Bennett got it to Kendall. Out to McDonald, who's been pretty good in the first quarter. He gets it back to a teammate. Bennett can't get the... Now he does. Off his knees. Onto Leggett. Moving beautifully is Cody Leggett. Gets it over the back. Battaglia. It sits nicely for him. He picks it up. Runs to 40. Hard up against the boundary. Has a shot on goal. Oh, wow. Craney. That is a contender for WA Cup at Supermarket Goal of the Day.
That was Michael Battaglia of old. That was outstanding by Tags. He just grabbed that as soon as he got, probably hasn't got the pace he used to have, but by gee, he's got the skill. Running in right in front of the South Bunbury members, if you don't mind.
Oh, no.
Running into that pocket.
You want to silence the crowd. You want to kick him from that pocket.
That was superb by Michael Battaglia. And Cody Leggett, his kicking is absolutely superb. Everything's to advantage, and players can just run on. So it's experience and kicking ability outstanding.
So just early in the second quarter, still 21 minutes on the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill clock. It's Donnybrook by 10 points. By 10 points on the Harvey Norman electrical scoreboard, and the ball's going up. It's not going anywhere. It's going to go up again.
Craney, we've got a score update from Dunsborough.
Beautiful. What is it?
Quarter time. Dunsborough 3-5-23. Lead Carey Park 2-4-16.
Oh, go the Sharkies. Won't be good for my tips.
Now Mac is up and about.
Rightio.
Can Dunsborough play 4 quarters, though, Mac? That'll be the
up
question.
They go again for the third time. Hawkins wins it to Chitty. Picked up there and booted forward by Ralston to centre half forward. No one can get it. Brought to ground in fine fashion was Perkasic by right, and the umpire's going to pull it up right on the edge of the centre square for Donnybrook. Ball's one down by Hawkins. Crane bundled off it in the end. No one can quite pick it up. Now they recover. Galloway gets it out to Crossman. Why does he always look so angry?
Crane's in a bit of strife back behind the ball.
Oh, gee, is he?
To get up.
Kendall now with the footy for Donnybrook. Works his way into space. Puts a worm burner in and
straight to
Crane.
him. Don't know whether his vision's too good, but he's...
Crane fights through the pain and goes out to the far wing. Ethan Nordell can't mark the footy. Coming back is Archer Coates. Scoots it up and scoots away. Leggett He's been prominent early in this quarter. Gets a handball away to a teammate who drives it inside 50.
Oh.
Clean bowls, a lot of them. Trigwell out the back, picks it up. Great handball. Allen for his second. Donnybrook have got 3 in a row and are making a statement here at hands.
Yeah, we said this. The game was going to open up again. Wasn't quite sure which way, but Donnybrook have opened it up because their kicking has been spot on. Zach Trigwell outstanding there. Just done a bit of a spin. And Tanner Allen doesn't need too many chances before he puts it through. And they're on a roll, the Dons.
Yeah, absolutely. They're playing inspired footy, and it's all coming really from their captain in Jacob Kendall and their coach, Cody Leggett, who's doing it all over the ground at this stage. He is tracking for the free battery fitting for Battery World Bunbury and Busselton best on ground.
South have got to find an answer now. The challenge has been thrown at them.
Absolutely.
They're still getting plenty of the footage, South. There's no doubt about that. But Donnybrook are just using it far better.
And on the Harvey Norman electrical scoreboard, they are leading by 16 points. Up they go. Ball's one down by Hawkins. Murray can't get it. Kendall again. He's inspired. Gives it off to the running Howlett off half back. Allen puts it out in front of him. He's buoyed by his last goal. Does a pump fake. Drives it inside 50. Trigwell hits it hard.
But look,
Picking
it's at
it
the
up
back.
on the deck. It's Leggett. He tries to leg it, but he's brought to ground, and the umpire says, what's he saying?
That's a
holding the ball.
Bunbury Mower service tackle there. That was outstanding. Leggett had a real roll on there, and Jack Wright just put a stop to it.
Yep. He said, right now.
Right now, you're not going any further.
He goes across, and he found Galloway. Galloway, not the best kick, but Crane's got plenty of space. Brings it out of the back pocket. It was actually Sawyer, sorry. Sawyer now, he passed it up just on the half-back flank now to South Bunbury, who drive it long. Hawkins can't mark.
Oh, I reckon Lane's taking a beauty there.
Tyson Lane coming up the ground. Right on
CPR out there, door centre, mark of the day contender.
And here is J. Wright, drives it inside 50. No one can mark it. Waldrop will end up with the football. Chitty wins a free kick for over the shoulder, the skipper, and he might be too far out to score. He's asking for someone to lead. They do. It's Cormac. He's got metres on his man. If the ball sits, Perkisic just pushes him in the back, and the umpire says that's lazy football, and Jace Cormac take a free kick. His third one inside 50, Craney.
And what have we got here? Blood rule? Or we just got an interchange bench here? You keep an eye on the footy.
Rightio. So, Jace Cormac, he's going to kick from about 45, the right side for a left footer on a 45-degree angle.
Need this one, South, just to stem the flow a little bit.
Oh, well and truly.
You always know the Tigers, they're never out of a game.
No, they'll stick to their process. They grind away. So, Jace Cormac, he's attempting to kick his second. Just works through 50 now. Gets to 45. Sends it on its way on the right boot. It's a sensational kick to Cormac. He's got his second. South Bunbury go 3 goals for 22 to Donnybrook 5-2-32. Back to a 10-point ball game on the Harvey Norman electrical scoreboard.
WA Carver Supermarket contender to that, Jace Cormac. As we said, he's been around for a long time. He knows where the goals are. Lent back, and we said it before the game. When the game, South Bunbury a bit of trouble, the old stages stand up and make it happen. That's exactly what Cormac did.
There's so much more to that goal as if you're 5 goals up or if you're 3 goals down like they were. You know, because that's a pressure goal. If you're 5 goals up, you're more of a chance to kick it than if you're 3 goals down. You know what I'm saying?
We know exactly what you're saying, don't we, Charlie?
Yes.
Up they go for cashforcans.com.au. McDonald wins this one for Donnybrook. Kendall comes storming through. McDonald's run on. He goes long to the square. It's a vacant goal square. Getting to it's Carey. Gathers it. He's tackled. He's still got the football. He tries to bulldoze his way through. He's tackled. What's the umpire say? It's going to be a throw-in in the right forward pocket, hard up against the point post. For Donnybrook.
He was determined then, wasn't he, Kerry?
Jeez. It was incredible footy. They all ran past him. Umpire brings the ball back into play. It's One down by Trigwell.
Boy.
Picked up by Persic, left foot.
And he's got it.
Brooker on a bit of a roll here at hands. 3 goals for 22. South Bunbury trailing the Dons 6-2-38. And it's 14 minutes gone on the Hungry Hollow clock. Sorry, 14 minutes to go on the Hungry Hollow clock.
Well, that was a peak performance too to Solar Heart Southwest. Yeah. Started with Christian Carey when he's just determination to get the footy and go forward. And Perker just grabbed it then. And exactly right, he's a very skillful player, but he's just a aggression towards the footy. Nothing else but the footy came over and he just popped it through.
I'll tell you who's having
Donnybrook have got the answers.
I'll tell you who's having a bit of an impact and providing a bit of run is this McDonald. I haven't seen him before.
I totally agree with you.
But he gets a bit of ball on the outside. He also works hard on the inside, and he's quite a good user. He makes good decisions.
Maybe he's a contender for the free battery fitting, Matt, from Battery World, Bunbury and Bustleton.
He's just won the knock over Hawkins. The ball is picked up by Ethan Nordell, and he wins a free kick. So what will he do, Ethan Nordell? Goes long. He's a senior player now, Ethan Nordell. Comes out wide, right, can't pick it up. Here goes McGee, slipped over at a crucial moment. Getting the ball out of play is Ralston eventually. And it'll be a throw up at left half forward for the Tigers. Just on the grandstand side. Craney.
Right in front of us, Mac.
You're going to throw it in for cash for cans. And the lights have come on here at Hands in this twilight fixture. This one's one down by McGee. Oh, Cormac nearly worked it out of there. Don't know how he did. Ralston's brought to ground. Ball goes forward for South Bunbury. Pitches and hits. It's over the right side of the 50 metres. So, oh no, is it a lasso?
No, it's good.
It is a lasso.
We might go around the ground sinks to Geograph Civil when you can get an update for that score. Charlie, just jump in when we get a break in play.
So it is a ball in just inside the Tigers forward 50, left half forward. Oh, pushed out of the ruck. Leggett wins the football for Donnybrook, and Donnybrook are out of defence. Taken on the chest by Lucy, who's just behind the wing. Run on beautifully has Falco, who was in that last passage of play, drifting back across the face and taking a beautiful mark, was Mataboni. Goes one way, then the other, comes back member's side, saw something he liked. It was Ethan Nordell, Bodie Nordell, couldn't quite get hold of it. Leggett's got the footy again, courtesy of his teammate Kings. Goes inside, Trigwell, moving like a midfielder, gets a handball off to Falco. Falco gives it over to, Bennett, who just goes through like a steam train. Eventually, he's dispossessed and South Bunbury repel the attack. Murray out on the far wing. Gets a handball across to Crane. Crane, beautiful stab pass, finds Jay Wright. He plays on from 55, sends it long to Lane, who takes the easiest of marks on his chest. Beautiful kick by Jay Wright.
Gen X Engineering teamwork at its very best. That the Tigers linked up. That's the first real link up for them this afternoon. And the kick into Lane was absolutely superb. Just had enough carry on it. Lane had found the space behind him and held tough.
That was clinical. Lane. He's on a 45-degree angle, but almost no distance, about 10 metres out, and he's got it. Badly needed goal for South Bunbury, keeps them in touch. And if we're looking at the Harvey Norman electrical scoreboard, South Bunbury 4-4-28, trailing Donnybrook 6-2-38. It's still a 10-point ball game, 10.5 minutes left on the Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill clock.
Coach's comments, thanks to Go West Tours, Julian Burgess would have been pretty happy with that. It's the first time they've really linked it up, probably for the season, when they get going. That's what they did last year, South Bunbury. It took them a while to sort of get that link up again, but that was absolutely superb.
Thanks, Craney. Courtesy of MGIB. Like a good neighbour, MGIB is there. Back in the middle of the ground for Cash for Cans.
Thanks to SKG for your support this afternoon.
And we thought Craney might have been, young Craney, Sean Crane might have been calling for SKG earlier, but he played through the pain and got a kick. That's one way to get rid of pain, isn't it? Get the footy.
I think the ball come back to him a bit quickly.
Hawkins gets it to Ethan Nordell, who's enjoying the physicalness of the centre. Siska gave it Hawkins. Hawkins back to Siska. Siska by hand to Jack Wright, and he's been decked after he got rid of it. And the umpire is calling it back to where it happened. Siska.
A lovely bit of feeling in this game.
Oh, well and truly gives a handball off there to Jack Wright, who goes long to the hot spot. They fly. Jay Wright couldn't take the mark. Dale's out the back, gathers well, gives it to Shannon. Shannon on his left boot. He's got McDonald, puts it in front of him. If it sits, he's in the van, closing his chitty. McDonald does well, keeps it in front of him. But the Cavalier arrive. Bodie Nordell tackled it by Perkins
very good
with real intent.
Bunbury mower service tackle that.
And Perkisic wins the football because South Bunbury were away then, Craney.
Both our Go West coaches that love the intensity of this. The tackling pressure has been absolutely brilliant.
Perkisic goes long on that beautiful right boot of his. Comes to the front. Galloway gets it for South Bunbury, and they're out of trouble again. It's with the Viking, Ethan Nordell. He got it to a teammate in Fazioli, and they move the ball by hand, and now it goes long inside 50. Lane's got to beat three, and he
that
does.
is a beauty.
Tyson Lane's got the sticky fingers here at the moment.
CPI Outdoor Centre, Mark of the Day contender.
He's 45-degree angle.
Do you get the feeling the Tigers are just starting to knit it a better together a bit?
Yep, they've lifted. He's going to kick it from about 45-degree angle, right side for a left footer. Tyson Lane going for his second goal. In he comes. Sends it on its way from 48. It's not a bad-looking drop punt.
Beauty.
And Lane has gone straight down the lane and put it straight through. And South Bunbury hit back yet again. 5-4-34. Donnybrook 6-2-38. 4 points in it. 7 3/4 minutes left on the Hungry Hollow clock. We're only paying 25-minute quarter flat, aren't we?
Yes, that's. I thought you were going to start singing Penny Lane there for a minute, mate.
She's in my ears and in my eyes.
they South have fought back. We said that. I mean, South just don't lie over. You're going to beat South Bunbury, you need to play 4 quarters. You can't drift away a little bit, and South have done that. And I think their link-up has been absolutely brilliant. They're starting to bring other players into the game.
I'll tell you what, they've kicked 3 goals for the quarter. Donnybrook kicked 4. We've had a 7-goal quarter, Craney. Up they go. 1 down by Hawkins. Bennett went in one-handed, couldn't get it. Murray over the football. Bennett tries to go again. Murray gets it out to Waldrop. Very good handball to Nordell. Crane just mongrels it forward. Cormac makes a contest, brings it to ground. Donnybrook try to charge out. All players going in full-chested. No one taking a back foot step. This is Southwest footy at its finest.
It's an absolute cracker, isn't it?
It's lived up to the billing, Craney, hasn't it?
Absolutely, Mac.
40 minutes out, 40 metres out from South Bunbury's goal, and they're still fighting over it after that ball up for cashforcans.com.au. Up they go. 6.5 left in this first half. Got Wright and Lucy. Lucy shepherded out of it and made sure the umpires saw it, so Donnybrook will get out of D50. Looking for someone to give it to. Not quite out of D50 yet. Finds Mitch Kings on his left foot. Drives it out. That's a beautiful pass. He finds Bolton on the lead.
It's a peak performance by both these sides, thanks to Solar Heart Southwest.
Still at left half back. Finds Thomas Bennett, who's more in centre half back position. Puts in a stab pass. Dangerous kick. But Kendall on the lead wraps it up. He knows he won't ever shirk an issue. We need a tough man sponsor, Craney, because he'd win it every week. Away we go. Gets it out to Kings.
Do you know what has improved this quarter? Players are hitting targets. They're a bit off on the first quarter, but, gee, they've settled down nicely.
Kings plays on, goes on his left. Carey couldn't take the footy. Through weight of numbers, Crane gets it in and finds Siska. He started to find a little bit of the footy. He's just behind the wing on the far side, looking for options. Short pass, looking for Fazioli, who's had moments in this game. It's brought over the line, and they'll throw it in for cashforcans.com.au as the sun starts to set on this one.
On the mighty Hands Oval, Mac.
1000th game for the old girl. 5 minutes left in this first half, thanks to Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill. 1 down by Hawkins, gets to Bennett, throws on his right boot, and luck's a fortune. And it landed in his teammate's lap. And that is young Worsfold. Worsfold goes over to the boundary line, gives it back to Perkisic. Good player. Oh, no, Bennett, sorry. Bennett it is. Former East Fremantle star, premiership player. Goes long, to the half-forward flank.
Oh,
down
that
the
is a
line.
great grab.
Christian Carey made position well and took a great one-on-one grab. That's a contender for the CPR Outdoor Centre Mark of the Year. Away they go. Donnybrook inside forward 50. No one can quite get a handle on it. The Tigers have got the numbers. Gorder, composed as he always is, finds Fazioli on the lead. Fazioli squares it up. And he's found Murray. Murray quickly hands it off to Bodie Nordell. He goes down the corridor. Chitty can't quite mark it. Now he makes space for a teammate. Soccer's off the deck. Lane comes again. Chitty's followed up. Handball to Siska. He went the volleyball spike backhand. No one can pick it up. There's bodies flying everywhere. And Chitty is going bang, bang in the pats. The umpire's going to bowl it up 40 metres out from South Bunbury's goal. 3.5 minutes left on the Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill clock. No one wins the tap as the umpire's throwing it up. And they're still going in hard at it.
This game's gone to a whole new level this quarter, Mac.
Harvey Norman Electrical Scoreboards had 7 goals kicked on it this quarter, and it's 4 points in favour of the Dons. Picked up by Giblet. Hacks it out of D50. Cormac read it best. Couldn't quite pick it up. Perkisic uncustomarily fumbled. Gets it to Howlett. Now they find it out through McDonald. Liked his game. Goes on the right boot. Bozo Carey on the chest. Running back with the fly.
He's been impressive too.
Like
his
work.
attack on the footy.
Like his work, Alan. He's got Battaglia moving up forward. South Bunbury getting numbers back, so he just... without the footy, Bennett taken out of it. He saw what was coming and he sucked Gorder right in. He didn't even go for the footy in the end, Craney. Bennett to the pocket. Leggett sees the footy over the line.
Nicely done, Jack, right there. Seen the danger. You don't want it in Leggett's hands if you're a Tigers supporter. He's been fantastic, Cody Leggett, this evening.
Start of this quarter, he was just on fire for Giovanetti Firewood, Craney.
Gee, we can put a few down for our best on ground this afternoon too.
Up they go. Taken there by McGee. Very clever to Murray. Murray kicks around the corner to no one in particular, but it's come off as the Viking goes bang on his left boot.
Yeah.
Lane! Infringed surely. He picks it up and goes. The umpire calls him back, says that's a bit cheeky, Tyson. So Tyson Lane looking for somewhere to go. Everyone's marked. He's got someone just there taking the mark and then playing on immediately is Galloway. Hits home. And the Tigers hit the lead on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard with about 1.5 minutes to play from the Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill clock.
Gee, another good bit of footy, wasn't it? Tyson Lane thought he was off to the races. The umpire pulled him back. Tommy Galloway moved down from the half-back line, just turned up the right spot at the right time, and from just about right on 50, it took very little time, turned around and went whack. Yeah. And would you believe it, in the blink of an eye, the Tigers are back in front.
It is some sort of game of footy as we just about to click over the last minute in this one. Whew. Jeez.
We've got another half left in you, Mac.
There's been some good goals. It's just as good a footy as I've seen all weekend.
We've got a score update from Dunsborough. Dunsborough 4-6-30 lead Kerry Park 4-5-29 in the second quarter.
Go the Sharkies.
Well, close one there. That thanks to Geograph Civil for their undergrounds.
Hawkins wins the knock. Head over the footy was Lucy. Crane gets a handball to Murray. Hawkins, quick kick out of the pack. Goes back and waiting there was Giblet. Gets it across by foot to Shannon. He takes his time on his left, drives it to centre forward. Battaglia, who's done some good things, gives it to Leggett. Leggett, big handball over the top, but it's intercepted. Murray flung when he got rid of the football. Umpire lets it go. There's all sorts going on here. The tackling is ferocious for the Bunbury Mower service, and they're going to ball it up right at the top of the Dons. 57 seconds to go. Can they snatch one? I doubt it.
Thanks to MGI to be like a good neighbour. Gags, if you're watching,
here she goes.
Hope you're enjoying. It is half-time here at Hands Oval, and what a game of footy we have on our hands. South Bunbury, 6 goals, 440. They lead Donnybrook 6 goals, 238 in an absolute beauty. We'll be back after the break for the Hollow Beach Bar half-time chat. Welcome back to SEN Spirits coverage of the Southwest Football League. Thanks to our major partner and partner of the Southwest Football League, Dale Alcock Homes. Quality designs built for all the days you call it home. by Dale Alcock Holmes. This is the Hollow Beach Bar half-time chat, and what a half of footy we have seen. Half-time, South Bunbury 6 goals 440, lead Donnybrook 6 goals 238, and we'll get a round of ground score from Charlie in a minute. Thanks to Geograph Civil, they own it, they choose safety, they give a damn, and they deliver. Geograph Civil, Henson Street on Davenport. Peak Performance, give us a yell when you're ready, Charlie, and you'll let us know. Peak Performance, Solar Heart Power, Solar Battery, Solar Hot Water, and Solar Heart Southwest. Mac, that whole half. The first quarter was a bit of the team sussing themselves out a little bit, but it lifted another level that second quarter.
Oh, the intensity around the football's the biggest joy about this game to watch it. No side is taking a backward step, and each side is just growing in stature too. They're prepared to take it on, and as a result, we've seen some great footy, both on the inside and the out, and the 2 points that we have at halftime as the difference between the sides is very fitting.
Let's go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil, Charlie.
It is Carey Park 5-6-36, lead Dunsborough at 4-6-30 at halftime.
Do you think the Dunsborough Sharks can hang on there, Mac?
Chase Greedy might tear a bit of paint off the walls at halftime and see if he can get the boys up.
This is the Hollow Beach Bar halftime chat. G'day to Richie and all the crew up at that magnificent venue. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with the second half of this very good game of footy. Teamwork for Gen X Engineering, precision, reliability and local expertise. Mac, it took a while for both sides to get they feeling each other out in that first quarter. It was a little bit like early season, but the second quarter, that teamwork just took the next level. Cody Leggett kicked it off with some of those kicks he did. They were starting to hit targets, and it was opening up the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Cody Leggett, he was the fire starter for Donnybrook, and then his captain, Kendall, he jumped on board, and away they went, and they kicked 3 in a row, 3 quick goals in succession, and looked to take a stranglehold on the game. And I thought that was the Buckingham, the Butcher, bucking big moment right there, Craney.
We haven't got to that one yet. You're premature there, Macca, because you've just seen the Horner in the corner. And he said, so let's go to that. Big moments for Buckingham, the Butchers, inside the Bunbury Plaza. Great spot to get your meat from Buckingham, the Butchers. Let her rip now.
There's a few big moments. You had Galloway's goal just before the siren. He came down from defence. He picked up a mark, was only 12 metres. Umpire called play on. He wheeled around and just went whop on his right boot and put South Bunbury back in front, who had got down by about 15 points at one point, and at one stage. And then, of course, I've spoken about Donnybrook's 3 goals to start the second quarter, including Battagular's beauty from the boundary line.
Can I just bring that? We spoke about Tags, an absolute superstar of the Eton Football Club, been off footy for a while, but he can still play. And
I'm just wondering, though, if it's going to come home to roost at the end of today, will the Buckingham the Butchers bucking biggest moment of the day be that infringement on Jace Cormac in the first quarter for a lay-down bizarre goal? Okay, let's throw this one. I'll throw this one to Charlie, who's hot at half-time. 15 bags of Giovanetti firewood for only $15. Giovanetti firewood Picton. It's getting that time of year where you need to light the fires, Charlie. Who do you think's running hot?
I would say Cody Leggett. He's been brilliant for Donnybrook this first half. And, I think if Donnybrook get over the line in this second half, I think he needs to have a big second half to get them over the line here. This is the Hollow Beach Bar halftime chat. What about yourself, Mac? Who's running hot for you? Charlie's with Cody Leggett. I thought he was outstanding in that second quarter. Yeah, there's a number of players on both sides. Jacob Kendall, he's put some kindling on the fire for Giovanetti's. And then, of course, for South Bunbury, Sam Perkisic, he's kicked 2 goals. I really like the way McDonald has played for Donnybrook. He's been exceptional, hasn't he? He has an impact and he plays with real intensity. His kicking has real penetration when he goes. And then, of course, for South Bunbury, Thomas Gorda just racking up touches as that quarterback, using the ball so well. Sean Crane, Jace Cormac starting off, like a house on fire for South Bunbury. And then when it got they had to get down and dirty in that second quarter, those two rose to the occasion
again and bringing the others into the game, such as players like Siska and who was the other one there? Ethan Nordell. He came into it a little bit, and Chitty as well.
With the Tigers, Donnybrook looked like they were going to take this game to bits halfway through that quarter, but it's been a trait of the Tigers under Julian Burgess. They never say never, and they will just keep fighting back. So as soon as you drop your guard a little bit, they're going to flick back in. And you've seen patches of that South Bunbury form that's won them the last 2 grand finals. When they start to link up, they're a pretty hard side to stop. But mind you, this Donnybrook unit is looking pretty powerful.
You can be 6 goals up against the Tigers and still have to play your best footy because they will not give up. And they will stick to the task. They will stick to their structures. They are very good communicators. And like what happened in that second quarter, Craney, in the blink of an eye, as you called it, they were back in front of the scoreboard after being soundly beaten in the first half of the second quarter.
Players are just making their way back into the position for the second half. Both the coaches for Go West Tours would have had their bit to say. I'm sure they would have been happy with the aspects of the tackling aspects. Some of the disposal, maybe they needed to tidy up a bit, but over and all, they would have been pretty pleased with the situation.
Yeah, they will be. Donnybrook will be happy to be. They'd take a 2-point deficit at halftime at hands at this stage.
Here we go. This is SEN Spirit, third quarter action, and Darren McDonald.
McDonald wins it for cash for cans for Donnybrook.
You won it.
And away they go, wrapped up. And guess who it is at the bottom of the pack there? Getting up is Murray. Murray, here's another one that had a pretty good half. Started really well in the first quarter. One down by Hawkins this time. Picked up by Falco. He's tackled by Crane for Bunbury Mower Service. Kendall, he flicks the ball out. Fraser head over the footy. Kendall goes again. Umpire's going to ball it up for cashforcans.com.au.
And it started off just the way it left off. Absolutely fierce.
Yep. Hawkins takes it, kicks it out of the pack to centre half forward. Come out and meet it. Donnybrook's Lucy kicks it long. And a mark taken by Battaglia. He's done very well in the centre of the ground. Plays on. Now goes long inside 50. It's a one-on-one and getting back with courage of flight. Christian Carey, who was also running hot for Giovanetti Firewood.
I've been impressed with Christian Carey's tack on the footy. He just sees it and goes for it, doesn't he? No matter where he is, he was even a little bit out of position.
He was.
And then just made it his ball purely because he just wanted that thing.
No fear. So he's almost dead in front, and he'll kick it from about 51, I reckon, Christian Carey. In he comes. He's going for home. 51 it is. It's a good-looking drop punt, and it's hit the post. Hit the woodwork.
Did you notice all the Donnybrook players started to lean to the right there just to try and bring it back, but it didn't work.
Rightio, 1 point the difference on the scoreboard here at Hands Oval. Bringing the ball back into play is none other than Tommy Gorder. Comes out Galloway, takes a mark under extreme heat from Leggett. No, it's not paid. Picked up by Lucy. Stab pass into the left forward pocket. And it's taken there out in front by Thomas Bennett, who can kick a good goal.
Gee, that was pressure personified by Cody Leggett. I thought he might have just done a little bit too much there, but he got the footy up forward. Yeah. And as you said, shot for goal from Thomas Bennett for the Donnybrook Football Club.
So they get a second crack at it, Donnybrook. Good effort to lock that ball in from the kick out. In he comes. Very, very tight angle. Will kick from about 45 metres right side for a right footer. In he goes, sends it on its way, starts at skinny and it stays skinny. And it's all tied up here at Hands. 22 minutes to go on the Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill clock.
Looking for a best defender for Western All Pest Services too. There's a number of defenders putting their hand up for that, mate.
Yeah, none other than the one with the footy who drives it long out of defence, and that's Tom Gorder. Chitty can't pick it up. Crane comes through. He's got Howlett for company, and he just whispers a few sweet nothings in his ear as he's got him on the ground there, Craney.
They're pretty good mates, but I don't think friendship's got anything happening out there.
The white line sorts that out, doesn't it?
Thanks to SKG too. Get your scans at SKG.
One down by Hawkins, who's having the better of it in this quarter. Leggett got the ball from the ruckman. but he's wrapped right up. Just forward to centre for Donnybrook. One down by McDonald, taken by Kendall.
Ooh.
He goes straight up the chimney. Catch it if you can. Leg it does. Umpire won't pay the mark. Crane's there. Going in again. He's legged. He is ferocious.
He's leading from the front, isn't he?
Yeah, well and truly. He's setting this example for his players. That's for sure. Up they go. McDonald wins it. Kendall gets a handball back to... Oh, umpire says that's a throw. And he was in the best place to see it. So Murray will be the recipient of the free. It's centre half back.
This is what I
for
struggle
South
with
Bunbury.
the 25 minutes straight.
Yes. So what do you reckon, Croney? We've had 8 goals kicked.
It takes a minute to get it back to the...
To half time. No, 12 goals kicked to half time. We had 8 goals in the second quarter. Takes a minute to get back, so that's 8 minutes just gone off the clock. As Sawyer bounces his way down the grandstand wing. Here comes Crane, gathers the footy under extreme pressure, ends up with Kendall. He goes with the forward handball to Tanner Allen. He can't pick it up. Crane recovers the footy, gets the 1-2 off Jack Wright. Then he drives it to the half-forward flank. Nordell can't mark. Donnybrook try to gather the ball, picked up by Kings. He fumbles it now, and somehow they just managed to scrimmage the ball forward at the junction of the 50, right in front of the South Bunbury faithful.
What's the last touch, I think, because Donnybrook will get the kick.
Yeah, Donnybrook must have come off his foot. So it's with Falco, who's not having a bad evening. He goes to centre half forward, finds Shannon. Shannon to Howell.
Oh, you're on
Howell
strife.
going to Bennett, but Bennett was under immense pressure. And now South Bunbury have the ball again. They go forward through Sawyer. Waldrett. And he's well within range. He'll kick. He's looking for someone to give it to. Lane's on the lead. He goes to the square. And a very good effort by Coates. Sees it over the line for a behind.
That was good by Archer, coach. He just seen the danger was going and dropped himself right on the goal line.
McDonald in the left back pocket for Donnybrook. Takes the mark. Kendall has to get it on the bounce and does. Siska sees him over the line. So 60 metres around from the Donnybrook goal, right in front of South Social Rooms. Craney, what sort of advice would they be giving the Donnybrook players?
I reckon they'd be getting a bit of an earful.
Would they be treating them like a good neighbour, like MGIB?
MGIB, absolutely.
There goes Murray, gets the handball out. Crane on the outside. Goes long to the top of the 50. Big fly from Nordell. No mark taken. Donnybrook repel again. Howlett underneath it. Takes the mark. Still inside D50 for the Dons.
Thanks to MGIB. Like a good neighbour, and g'day Gags. If you're watching, I would think he is.
Oh, that ball's touched off the kick. Gorda goes. Oh no, umpire's paid the mark. Plays on now. Left foot to centre half forward. All on his Pat Malone is Bodie Nordell. Might be too far out to score. He's bound from 60 metres. He goes to the pocket. Lane gets the jump. Can't take the mark. Giblet just clean bowls the whole lot of them and then brings the ball out of defence. But kicks it to Crossman, who takes the mark on his chest. Very angry, the cross man. He goes to the top of 50. Jay Wright. Crane off the deck. Snap. Leg it. Best position to take a defensive grab. He goes out to that far back flank again. Carey fumbles it, picks it up. He's got Galloway for company. Tackles him well by the strides. Fraser does a little two-step dance and comes to Kendall on the wing, takes the mark. Donnybrook on the move. He's got Perkazich just on the edge of the centre square. Cormac comes up and stands the mark. Away they go. Kings has got some work to do. Getting chased by Fazioli. Goes long inside 50. Versace first to meet the football. Got a couple to beat. Gets it to Siska. Back to Rocco Versace on the right boot. And he chisels it into Ethan Nordell. But the umpire
is going to bring it back.
Bring it back because Siska was infringed. And Tremlett says, what did I do? Umpire hasn't got time to explain it. Comes now to Ethan Nordell.
I never understand why umpires do explain it.
Yeah,
it's happened.
Right half back. Right. Goes back to Siska. Siska went for Sawyer, but it was too hot for him. It went over his head. And Mitch King sees it over the line. We get a boundary throw in. Smack bang in front of the commentary box for Cash for Cash.
Let's go around the ground thanks to Geograph Civil.
It's Carey Park 5-6-36 that lead Dunsborough at 4-6-30.
Thank you, Charlie.
Righto, ball to come back into play. It's Lucy and Hawkins. Hawkins wins this one. Waldred off the deck. He's tackled by Pergasic. He manages to tumble it forward. They all run with it. Coming at it was Kings. Did very well. Ball ended up with Fazioli, however. Goes to the hot spot. They fly. Lane back with the flight. Umpire says, what does he say? It's going to be a free kick for South Bunbury for a push in the back.
Jay Wright will be the recipient of the free kick.
Jay Wright to go back for his first of the evening. 45-degree angle. Alan, right side for a left footer.
We're looking for a rising star thanks to Skill Hire this afternoon, so keep your eye on that one, Charlie. There's a few young blokes putting their hand up for that.
Toby McGee be one. In he comes. Runs to 45. Sends it on its way.
Very good kick.
No questions with that one, Jay Wright. Umpire gives his stamp of approval, and South Bunbury get on the board for this second quarter. 7-4-46. Donnybrook 6-4-40. 6-point ball game. 15 and a half minutes to play in this third quarter.
Dad Lee Wright will have a bit of a smile on his face about that. I love to see players go back and just push a drop punt straight through the middle, Mac. Forget about this around the corner stuff.
Oh,
that is a brilliant way.
There was real penetration in the kick. There was real intent in the way he went about it, and the kick did not waver. You love being a goal umpire when you get kicks like that. It's easy decision making.
And you don't have to move too much, Mac.
That's it. Conserve energy. Lucy and Hawkins. Lucy wins this one. Fazioli does well. Gets it forward for South Bunbury. Coming at it is Murray. Handballs to McGee, who did a little bit of sidestep. Then he was brought to ground. Pergasic with the footy now. Has a bounce down the grandstand wing. Left foot inside 50. Coming out and meeting it's Carey. A snap on the fly. Ball hits and pitches. Gorder gets after it. And then couldn't keep it in play. And there'll be a throw in the right forward pocket for the Dons. And the scoreboard looking resplendent.
Thanks to Solar Heart Southwest for your support this afternoon.
Ball comes back into play. Kendall, head over the footy. Siska's got him, sitting on him, put a saddle on him. Umpire's going to ball it up 40 metres out, dead in front of the Donnybrook goal.
Gee, this game is sizzling, Mac.
14 minutes on the Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill clock. Jack Wright gets it to Fazioli. Fazioli goes long down the corridor.
Oh.
The ball has been missed by Jay Wright. Coming at it was Coates for Donnybrook. No one can pick the football up. It's just hot. Scott, he's absolutely gang tackled.
He's got nowhere to go, has he,
yes,
Mac?
nothing. He was gang tackled by Bolton and Leggett. And he's Scott up just. One down by Hawkins. Leggett with one hand through the pack.
Oh.
Beats a couple. What's the umpire said? High fend off?
I think it is.
Jeez, Cody Leggett. He said, what about the one I copped on the Chid Pumpy? Fazioli's had a bit to say in this third quarter, Craney.
He's been pretty productive all day, just getting these legs back into league footy.
He's got the build of a traditional centreman.
And we talk about a rising star. Keep an eye on this young man, young McGee.
Me and Toby McGee. He goes back to Scott.
We'll bring out all the classics. Charlie's going, what song was that?
No idea.
Fazioli, they're just...
I'm just racking up a few stats here.
He's at right half back for the Tigers. Grandstand side. Goes long down the line. Lane sets himself. Good effort by Lane, but Nordell over the top. Kings hacks it forward. Lucks a fortune and taken on the chest by Bolton. Running past is Leggett. This isn't out of the question for him. He goes long to the square. Ball hits and pitches one behind. 5 points in it on the scoreboard. South Bunbury 46, Donnybrook 41.
He had Christian Carey saying, what about me? He was standing in the middle there.
Doing his best Shannon Knoll or moving pitches impersonation. 12 minutes left on the Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill, Craney. It's intense footy, but the time's slipping away quickly as Jack Wright has it in the back pocket. Standing the mark is Trigwell. Jack Wright goes long, grandstand side. Players sit under it. Mark that if you can, they fly. Oh, flicked out beautifully by Hawkins to Crane. Lane doing well, presenting beautifully. Put the jukes up, couldn't stick. Giblet gives him one for his trouble. Ball comes back in from Lucy. Falling over was Shannon. Umpires found a free kick, and Lane gets holding the ball.
Gee, Bunbury Mower Service tackling.
That's Dale.
Huge.
Dale goes long to centre half forward. Out comes Trigwell. Got a couple to beat over the top with the fist was Jack Wright. Howlett tried to slip it out to Allen in time. Couldn't quite get it to him. Away they go. Ethan Nordell start the procession as the Tigers try to take the ball through the middle of the ground. Siska, he's got the racehorse goanna and he's away in Cormac. Bounce number 2. Gets to the half-forward flank. Chip pass. Beautiful kick. Lovely weighted. And he's found Jay Wright, the last goal kicker.
He's been busy, Jay Wright.
Yep. Goes inside. Waldrett can't quite find him. And they repel the ball again through Falco to Donnybrook.
That's a good tackle.
Brought down Ralston, and that should be holding the ball. And I think it is. Yes, it is.
Owen Scott.
Yep, Scott just getting his own back from that last tackle. The tackling for Bunbury Mower Service has been exquisite. He goes inside 50 to the hot spot. Ball spills out to McGee. Handball to no one in particular. Shannon. He's taken down by Cormac. Murray gets a handball to Crane. Crane slick hand. McGee. Me and Toby McGee. Crane slick hands again. McGee, the youngster, the rising star, getting his first of the night. And South Bunbury 8-4-52, Donnybrook 6-9-41. They need the next one, Donnybrook, just under 10 left on the Hungry Hollow Beach clock.
Crane returned the favour there. McGee missed him with a handball. Would have sent Crane in, and then all of a sudden the ball fell in Crane's hands and handballed it out to the young fella McGee. And I don't know whether that's his first goal in league footy, but it'd have to be pretty close. That was outstanding by the young players. Good to see the players all got around the young man. As you're right, a skill-high rising star. Keep an eye on that young man. And South have just pushed away a little bit more.
We've got a score update.
For Geograph Civil?
Yes, we do. Carey Park 6-6-42, lead Dunsborough 4-8-32.
Peak performance by the Tigers so far for Solihull Southwest Craney. They're applying the pressure and the cracks are starting to appear.
We're after a goal of the day for WA Carpet Supermarket and a mark of the day for CPR Outdoor Centre. Keep an eye on them, that's Charlie. I'm sure you're ticking them off.
Yes.
And up they go for cashforcans.com.au. It's one down by Hawkins. Waldritz, he looks like he's jagged a finger. Leggett gets the clearance, drives it inside 50, but it's gone straight onto the chest of Rocco Versace. Wastes no time. He's got McGee out on the wing. He's up and about, the youngster, on his left boot. Perfect kick to Murray. He's taken a mark and played on. Crane, coming out right on the chest. This is really good teamwork from Gen X Engineering. Nordell couldn't quite take the mark at centre half forward for the Tigers, but geez, they are moving the ball well.
Yeah, they've clicked into gear, haven't they, the Tigers? And it might have been the challenge that was thrown at them by the Donnybrook Footy Club.
Absolutely. Up they go. One down by Hawkins again. He's been really good since quarter time, Hawkins. And the ball's going to go up at centre half forward.
It's going to be hard to pick a best on ground thanks to free battery fitting, Battery World, Bunbury and Bustleton.
Up they go. One down by Hawkins again. Shannon gets a high tackle, picked up the footy, and that was really tough stuff by him. Chitty gets up, stands the mark. So they're in their defensive 50. Goes across, finds Leggett, who's just worked himself ragged. There's still a quarter of footy to go. Comes out, really good work by Wright, who intercepted that. Ends up with Bodie Nordell. Forward handball's the name of the game. Picked up by Cormac. Goes back to Nordell. He's confronted by 3 Donnybrook players. Brought to ground by Shannon. Umpire says, I'll have it. High half forward on the grandstand side for the Tigers.
Crowd are invested in this one.
Well and truly.
As the horner in the corner's just turned our lights out.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of reflection off the screen, off the glass. Crane, busy little beaver around it. Sawyer's kick smothered, but Taglia gets the crumb. And Shannon goes on his left boot. Puts it inside 52, a one-on-one. Trigwell battling on with Versace. Versace doing brilliantly, but giving away a free kick. And Trigwell will go back. and a chance to put through a much-needed goal for the Dons.
You talk about good matchups of Grage or Southwest. That has been a beauty.
Yes.
Rocco Versace on Zachy Trigwell down there. They've been hammering tongs at each other.
They have, and Versace sticks to the task. He's very strong. We know what type of athlete Trigwell is. He's a beast. So, 45-degree angle right side for a right footer, and he'll kick it from 40. This is what you want from your centre-half forward. Straight through the eye, diddle from Trigwell, no questions asked. And it's turned back into a 5-point ball game. South Bunbury 8-4-52, Donnybrook 7-5-47. 6 minutes to go on the Hungry Hollow Beach Bar and Grill, Croney.
Zachy Trigwell's first for the evening for the Donnybrook Football Club, and that's it. That's been a good duel all evening. And Donnybrook, they needed that. They were thrown the challenge by the Tigers, who've put a fair bit of effort into this quarter, and they're just to steady the ship a little bit. And there's not too much in this at all, is there, Mac? I mean, both sides, they're a peak performance from both these sides,
yes.
aren't they?
Well, they're hanging in there, Donnybrook.
Thanks to Solar Heart Southwest.
That's for sure.
It's a beauty.
And Craney's comments, courtesy of MGIB. Like a good neighbour, MGIB is there for you. McDonald wins the tap, just wrapped up by Kendall.
And I've got a feeling Gags is somewhere nice and relaxed watching this game of footy.
Up they go. This one's one down by Jay Wright. It's so hard in the clinches. Chitty soccers it forward, getting onto its Crane with a repeated soccer. Lane can't pick it up. Giblet it can't either. Just shovels it towards the boundary line, left forward pocket for the Tigers. There'll be a throw in for cashforcans.com.au.
Big shout out to all the people at the Hollow Beach Bar. Hope you're enjoying this on the big screen.
And their clock currently says 4.5 left in this third quarter. Big fist from Wright in the ruck knock. McCosker can't pick up the footy. He's tackled. Brought down by Young Brook. And the umpire's going to ball it up in that left
I love the
pocket.
tackling in this game. It's tackled with like it's meant.
Real ferocity, that's for sure.
That's the word I'm looking for, Mac.
Leggett pushes it out. Siska on the right boot. It's at the top of the square. No one can pick it up. It's just manic in there. Dale hacks it out. Really good work from Donnybrook. There's 5 Tigers there. Crane. It was actually Bodie Nordell got the handball out. It's like flies around a honey pot. They're going to ball it up at the top of the 50 right in front of the South Bunbury social rooms. Up they go. One down by McDonald. Both teams really going at it with great vigour. It's like you say, Craney, this is peak performance for Solar Heart Southwest. They'd be loving this. Picked up by Jack Wright, tries to get away. Tackled by Perkasic, got it away in the nick of time. Cormac, hard up against the boundary, keeps the ball in play. God knows how, only he could do it. Perkasic, tackled by Cormac, who's followed up. Umpire says, hold the ball for Bunbury Mower Service. The veteran letting Perkasic know all about it.
They've had a good duel this afternoon.
Oh,
too.
has it what? They've got 2 goals apiece each. It's a real... This game is, like we said earlier, it has lived up to its billing. So he's 60 out. Goes for the lead in the pocket. Good mark taken by Cade Waldrett, his favoured left side.
Well, he's in a good spot, isn't he, Cade Waldrett, from there. He's a known goal kicker. Right in front of the South Bunbury members too.
I reckon there's 0 daylight and he'll have to kick it from 50. He's very capable of this one, Craney. This is
Distance will not be a problem for Cade Waldrett.
Right in his wheelhouse. Has he got one tonight? He hasn't yet. In he comes. Cade Waldrett gets to the line, comes off the side of the boot, but it could go to the hot spot. Lane flies, can't take the mark. Storming through on the right boot. Chitty, bang, bang.
Kevin Chitty across the front of the pack. The captain for the Tigers run through and snapped a very, very good goal, did Kevin Chitty. And the Tigers just move away a little bit. But they were relentless, weren't they? They just kept pushing the ball forward, the Tigers. and they were just getting numbers around the footy, and a terrific finish by the skipper.
They do it in so many ways. They can do it by slick ball movement. That wasn't pretty what they did then, but that was just pure effort and
it's
pressure.
bullying, isn't it? Pushing. And that's what our Go West coach in Julian Burgess for the Tigers says. He just wants to wear sides down. Doesn't matter how you get them, you just got to keep being persistent. And that's what the Tigers are doing.
And it's the Tigers by 11 points with 1.5 minutes left in this third quarter on the Hungry Hollow clock. Up they go. One down by Lucy. Storming out of the middles. Cormac has a bounce. Goes long to the hot spot. Goes over the back. Giblet can't take the mark. Picked up off the deck. High tackle. Umpire says yes, there'll be a relieving kick there out of defence going to Shannon of Donnybrook. He's got Falco wide, but elects to go longer to the skipper, Kendall. Takes it just behind centre wing. Grandstand side. Goes long.
Ooh.
Carey got out of the way. He was actually going to... Well, Wright did end up getting hurt in that contest. Working hard's Brook. No one to give it to. Goes back to Crane. Crane goes long to right half forward. They fly. Oh, marks built by Kings. By Shannon, rather. It's hot in the kitchen, Alan. And there's going to be a ball up at right half forward for the Tigers.
Put a bit of a Giovanetti firewood on it, Mac. I think she's getting warm.
We put the Giovanetti firework on it. We'll have a bonfire at this stage. Up they go. One down by Hawkins. Oh, Cormac knew exactly what he was trying to do. And the umpire says high tackle, and he's got one again. The race. Oh,
here we go.
Lucy. Oh, and it's been reversed. Woo-hoo! You don't reckon there isn't some feeling in this one? I reckon the firewood's right under the boiler for Giovannitti, Granny. Oh, there's a siren.
Oh. So the siren sounds for three-quarter time at Hands Oval. And what a game of footy we have at our hands. South Bunbury 9 goals, 458. They lead Donnybrook 7 goals, 547. We are set for one of the best last quarters you'd ever hope to see. And we'll be back shortly. And a bit of a fiery finish to that quarter, both these sides, putting everything they got into this game of footy, and it shows because it has been an absolute beauty, Mac.
Oh, has it what? It's what do we got? We got 11 points in it. Donnybrook far from out of it. They only kicked one in the third, but the Bustleton has been the scoring end tonight. Let's see if they can continue to push South Bunbury and maybe get a victory.
Quickly run through the goal scorers.
So for South Bunbury, Cormac and Lane have 2 goals. Crane, McGee, Chitty, Wright and Galloway have 1. And for Donnybrook, Perkisic and Allen have 2. And Leggett, Badaligia and Trigwell have 1.
This is SEN Spirit final quarter action, and Darren McDonald.
McDonald wins it for cashforcans.com.au. Jacob Kendall gets wrapped up and they'll do it all again. Up they go. One down by Hawkins this time. Trying to storm through was Murray. He's put on the deck. Bodie Nordell gets it to Cormac. He's had an outstanding evening. On the right boot he goes. Out to the top of 50 and on the lead. Storming out on the chest was big Jay Wright. He's been impressive, Craney. You mentioned it before the game. In he goes. Hot spot. Players. Oh! Nearly an absolute screamer by Ethan Nordell, the Viking. He's got up a bit ginger too. Ball still in play and on the chest there. Coming out and meeting it easy as you like, Cade Waldrop.
Gee, I tell you what, Jace Cormac, enormous work rate there. He grabbed out of the centre. He was the man who grabbed it from south after Ethan Nordell went skyward and put it on the chest of Cade Waldrop.
Really tight angle. He'll kick it from 30 metres. Right side for a right footer. So it's not favouring his left. In he comes. On the left. I tell you what, there's no troubles for him though. And South Bunbury start off this quarter roaring.
WA Carpet Supermarket contender for our goal of the day. But that Jace Cormac, take your hat off there. You're in the middle of the field. You kept your work rate up. And he had the nous and the poise to find Cade Waldrop in the pocket. And that was a nice finish by young Cade. We know he can kick goals when need be.
Ethan Nordell nearly pulled down mark of the century.
Yeah, that would have been a CPA outdoor centre mark of the day for sure.
Geez, he got up a bit, so he looks okay. Let's hope he's okay.
He got airsick, Mac.
Yeah, we just want to Want to see a bit more from the Viking tonight.
He hit the Qantas wing as it went past.
Up they go. McDonald wins this one back. Leggett sharks it out of the middle of the ground for the Dons. Handballs on to Fraser. Back to Leggett, who's run on. He gets the top of 50. He's brought to ground. That'll be holding the ball. Just got his ambitions mixed up with his capabilities, and umpire's letting it go.
And a bit of afters as well.
Or McDonald's come in to support his coach.
There's a Bunbury mower service tackle in all that
It
too.
was a beauty, and it's going to Bodie Nordell. Bodie Nordell, big high kick out to the wing, sitting underneath. It was Murray, did really well. Big pressure coming on in. Ethan Nordell brought the ground. The Bunbury mower service holding the ball. Donnybrook are fighting on.
A little bit too much air in that kick heading out to Nathan Murray.
That was good work by Shannon, and he's had a pretty good night, Craney.
Oh, there's not too many players have had poor ones tonight.
He goes long down the line. Mark missed there by Donnybrook's carry. Picked up by Falco. Tackled. Big tackle by Galloway. Ball spills out to Jack Wright. Goes to Gorder. Gorder goes long down the wing. Waiting underneath it's Fraser for Donnybrook. Taking the intercept mark.
They need one here, the Dons.
Just forward of centre wing on the far side is Fraser. What's he going to do with it? Chip pass to the top of 50. Good, strong
that's a
mark.
very strong
Coming
mark.
out it was Pergasic, and this is within realms of possibility for him.
That was a good lead, good mark. You love a player leading to the boot, and that's exactly what Perker did, and he was hit up. Strong hands to hang on to it.
45-degree angle, right side for a right footer, and he'll have to kick it from about 53. Sam Pergasic, he's already got 2 tonight, and do his side need this one, Craney? In he comes. Gets into a trot now. Gets right to 51 and gives it a fair ride.
Oh.
Sam Pergasic on the line, one behind.
Gee, that was probably a metre short, wasn't he? Give that everything he had, did Sam Perker.
14 points the difference now in favour of the Tigers. 21 minutes left in this one on the Hungry Hollow clock. Away they go. Balls at St. Ford, storming through. McDonald just goes long back to the hot spot. They all set themselves.
All fell over.
Taken. Balls in defence. Worked out there by Murray. Coming is Crossman. Very slick handball over to right. Crane runs it out of 50. Right foot to the far side. Ball's in dispute. Lane holds his feet. Gets away from Giblet. Lane plays on that right foot. Goes inside 50 and coming out. Waldrett just made beautiful position and took a mark on the chest.
That was well worked out of defence, wasn't it, by the little fella? The kick worked all right. Tyson Lane did a great job on the outer side up against a very experienced Giblet, and a nice little setup to get Waldrott his second shot for goal. Been a little bit quiet tonight, a young Waldrott, but he always does. When South Bunbury need a goal, he pops up.
45 degrees, and he's going to kick it from about 30 metres right side for a left footer. In he comes. Sends it on its way. Umpire has to work too hard, and so it's back to a 15-point differential on that scoreboard here, and it's 19 and a half minutes to go on the Hungry Hollow clock.
Gee, hasn't the Gen X engineering teamwork been good by both these sides?
Absolutely.
It's actually grown as this game's gone on.
Yep, absolutely. And in they come. Dale brings it in for cashforcans.com.au. They fly. Sawyer just comes across the front of the pack. He's got Hawkins at centre forward who takes the mark, the big ruckman. He goes across the ground further to the other side and finds Nordell. I think it was Bodie. He goes into full forward. Lane takes a spills. Murray, snap off the right. The Murray River is flowing. South Bunbury go 11-5-71. Donnybrook 7-6-48. And the Tigers have really got their tails swagging now.
We spoke about Nathan Murray before the game. He's just settling into the Southwest Footy League. He has settled in big time this evening. He's played a lot of footy throughout the midfield, and that was a terrific finish by a class player.
Thanks to MGIB. Like a good neighbour, MGIB always there. Craney's expert comments. It is 18 minutes to go in this last quarter. And if Donnybrook have any hope, they need to get the next one very, very quickly.
We might go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Sybil when Charlie can find the score. It'll happen in a minute.
Up they go. One down by Lucy for cashforcans.com.au. Overrunning the football was Worsfold. Siska had his head taken off. Wins a free kick. Goes wide. Finds Bodie Nordell. He's had a terrific evening tonight. Bodie goes for Waldrett. Can't mark. Ball slips over to back to Ethan Nordell. Waldrett fires on the right boot. Comes off hands across the face. And it'll be a... What's the umpire saying? Is it just going to be a ball in? I think it is for cashforcans.com.au.
Gee, the Dons need to find something. The Tigers are up and about.
Left forward pocket for South Bunbury. Another one here, just about snuff it out, I reckon. Murray, he's prowling. Nordell lays a tackle. Here's Crane. Little fumble. Gets the handball out, only as far as Falco. Pergasic. Bodie Nordell meets Fraser head on, gets a handball to Murray. Can he do two in a row? Hits the post.
They are peppering the Tigers.
So, South Bunbury 11-6-72, Donnybrook 7-6-48. Just under 17 minutes.
The Tigers have got a nice setup here with stopping the outs at Donnybrook, so they've got to find a way.
Geez, they can't even get a kick out of defence through Leggett. He finds Allen. Allen wheels around on his right boot. Lucy slips over at a crucial moment, and Hawkins just pads the ball over the line right here in centre wing, grandstand side. Yeah, that was disappointing by Lucy then.
Thanks to SKG. Get your scans at SKG for your support this evening.
Ball comes back into play. One down by Lucy. Picked up by Cormac. Goes to McGee. McGee just puts it out in front of his teammate in... I think it was Waldrett. No, it was Jay Wright.
I like Jay Wright in that forward line. He offers a bit. He's prepared to cover a bit of ground. He's strong.
I like the long leads he gives.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He leads to the footy.
Ball comes back into play. One down by Hawkins. Snapped out of the pack by Crane. Tumbles to the hot spot. Here's Murray off the right boot. Oh, all the rivers run. And... Donnybrook, South Bunbury go 12-6-78. Donnybrook 7-6-48. And Craney, I reckon she might be just about done.
Well, the South Bunbury machine, we've been waiting for it to crank into gear. I wasn't sure. I like the list of Donnybrook when they come in, but the Tigers, well, they've upped the ante, haven't they? They've just got the Gen X engineering teamwork well under. And a bit of a credit to the coach, Julian Burgess, for Go West Tours. He had a bit to work out after their loss to Bustleton. Yeah. Not saying it's all over yet, but gee, they've played pretty well, the Tigers.
Yeah, it's out to a 5-goal lead, 15 minutes to go.
We've got a score update from Dunsborough, 6-6-42 Kerry Park lead Dunsborough at 5-9-39 in the final quarter.
Ooh, close one up there.
Up they go. One down by Lucy. Coming onto it is Pergasic, Bennett. He tumbles it to centre half forward. Ball picked up by Falco. He's brought to ground. And then Lucy comes on and lays a tackle. Actually, it was Bolton. Did very well for Donnybrook, and they'll ball it up at centre half forward for the Dons. To say they need one here is an understatement. One down by Lucy again, just smacks it forward. Coming out of meeting, it's Carey. Crossman put a saddle on him. The umpire agrees, and he gets a free kick. Might be a bit too far out. 55 he'll be kicking it from, almost dead in front. Carey, what's he got ahead of him? Goes to the pocket. Grandstand side. No mark to be taken by McDonald. They fisted out of play. They're so good. Such an organised system that South Bunbury have in that back line.
Let's just say Donnybrook will need a real peak performance thanks to Solar House Southwest to get back into this.
Absolutely. 5 goals down. They've kicked 7 for the game, and there's about 14 minutes to go. 13, actually. Away they go. One down by Donnybrook. Running through was Kings. Couldn't take the ball. South Bunbury scrambled it out. Bennett eventually picks it up. Slips over. Gives it to Lucy. He's tackled by Cormac. Umpire lets it go. Sitting over it is Allen.
And
Here we go.
the boys are getting to know each other again.
Oh, the emotions have been spilling over in this one all night. Up they go. Taken by Donnybrook at the top. Big tackle laid. Umpire says holding the ball. And young Brook wins himself a free kick.
Gee, the umpire did well there. He just balled it up.
Just
got
played on.
it.
Yep.
And he's played on. It finds McGee. McGee gave it off to Crane. Crane chips it down the wing. It's starting to open up a bit now. McGee's run on, gets a handball from Hawkins. Chitty, forward of space, slips over. He's got right there, misses him. And then they run it out via Howlett to the Dons. Just chipping it forward now, going underground. It's going to get to centre forward. Pergasic can't mark it. Picked up by McDonald. Gets a handball away. Pergasic has run on. Goes long to the square. No one can take the mark. Shoved off it is Kendall. And the ball is kicked out of defence.
Gee, Cole Sawyer did a great job then.
Beautifully by Mataboni. And away they go. Sawyer gets it to Brook. Sawyer gets it again. He's had a reasonable evening too.
Well, to get that without giving away a free kick was outstanding.
So over the head of Lane, Leggett and Lane go head to head on the line, and there'll be a throw in at left half forward for the Tigers, right in front of the grandstand.
Charlie will be keeping an eye on for our mark of the day too, thanks to CPR Outdoor Centre.
I think there's no, it's just a ball in for cashforcans.com.au. So, ball to come back into play. Lucy and Hawkins, one down by Lucy. Picked up by Crane. Gets the handball back to Cormac.
Gee, they
goes
work
to
well together.
Galloway. Beautiful by Bodie Nordell. Just handballs it forward. Leggett goes in. Taken to the ground. Unlucky not to get a free kick. Umpire's going to ball it up at left half forward for the Tigers. Cody Leggett's tried his backside off today.
Oh, look, Donnybrook have got a fair bit to work with here.
For Battery World Bunbury and Bustleton. Here he comes. Out of defence is Howlett. Looks up onto the wing. Allen nearly took the mark, just couldn't get it on the second bite, and it rolls over the line right here in the centre wing. There'll be another ball in for cashforcans.com.au.
It's going to be interesting getting our best on ground thanks to Battery World, Bunbury and Bustleton.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Get some free battery fitting there too, Mac.
We need a Buckingham the Butcher's bucking big moment too, Crane. Here comes one down by Lucy. He's battled on manfully. Mataboni gets the handball away. Well, vicious tackle laid down there by Ethan Nordell, but he gives away a free kick. And Shannon, I think, has been brilliant tonight for the Dons. Goes into the corridor. Mark taken there beautifully by Lucy. And Kendall has earned a free kick. Players going down like ninepins, trying to milk it. Goes out wide. And he found Lucy. Lucy goes long into the pocket. They fly. No mark taken. Bennett off the pack.
Oh, that's a contender.
For the WA Carpet Supermarket Goal of the Year, Thomas Bennett. That's why they got him here. Is it too little too late?
Gee, I'll tell you what, that'll lift any side. That was a magnificent goal by Thomas Bennett. Bo Leasy put it in. I thought there was a nest of South Bunbury players there, but Bennett made the very most of that. And the old Boonana.
Yeah, a little bit of Boonana about it, Crane.
Yeah, so well done to Bennett.
So 12-6, 78, 8-6, 54. 9.5 minutes to go, Craney. Can they do it?
Well, there's enough time if you're good enough, but
4 goals.
4 goals in this modern day can happen pretty quickly, but the Tigers they've got a pretty good hold on this game at the moment.
Cody Leggett needs all his best players in the middle right now if they're going to have any sort of show. Bit of a 6-6-6 going on.
And look, they need to...
Tommy Corder, he's out in unfamiliar territory.
They need to just take the game on, don't they?
Look, it's... Yes, they've got six in there. Tommy's a little bit confused.
Just doing his maths.
Yeah.
Do you remember Eton? They had the wrong 6 in the wrong spot.
Yeah, that's right.
Their forwards were where the backs were.
That's right. That's right. Up they go. One down there this time by Wright. Picked up by McGee. He's brought to the ground. Umpire's going to throw it up again for cashforcans.com.au. And it's Jay Wright and Bo Lucy to go at it. They go one down by Jay Wright again.
I think the Hollow Beach Bar clock's going to be the enemy to the Dons.
Yeah, 8 minutes to go on that one, mate.
Especially when she's just straight.
Yeah. One down by Lucy. Picked up by Nordell. He's at the bottom of the pack. The Viking gets holding the ball, trying to make the play. Kendall gets up quickly. Oh, misses with the handball. Bennett recovers, throws it out. There's McCosker. Gets round one. Sees something like, decides to go underground to Shannon. Ball's repelled again. One now by Brooke. Here's McGee. He looks a likely type, the youngster.
He's cool under pressure,
It's
isn't
gone
he?
to Mataboni, back to McGee, back to Mataboni. Umpires, what's he doing? Not paying the advantage? He's paying downfield? I don't know.
Yeah,
Was
must have been downfield.
Was he bringing? He's bringing it back. McGee. He's learning about senior footy, but he doesn't shirk an issue at the same time.
No, I like his poise and his time.
So the kick's going to Mataboni, and Mataboni finds McGee.
Couple of young
And
guns.
he could give it back to Mataboni. Mataboni does very well. Goes long to the half-forward flank. He's dealt with after he gets rid of it. Then he lets Tannerella know about it, and it's down the ground. The Vikings got the footy.
Jace Cormack's
got the footy. He's got someone at centre half forward. He finds Cade Waldrett. So Waldrett, he's had a few shots on goal this quarter. How many has he got, Charlie? Have you got him for one or two?
Cade Waldrott got 1 goal.
Yep. So he's going to have a shot from just outside 50 and 45.
I tell you what, who is going to get plenty of advice in the South Bunbury club rooms? Because I picked Donnybrook.
You did. Did you pick Donnybrook? That's to stir him up. Yeah. Away he goes, off his lethal left. He's not going to make the distance. It's stayed in play. They scrap it. It goes for a 1 behind.
I'm with you on that one, Craney. I also picked Donnybrook.
We'll be sat in the corner, Charlie.
Yes.
And it's 6 minutes to go on the Hungry Hollow Beach clock. Ball comes back into play from Leggett. Mark taken here by Worsfold. He'll be better for the run. Goes long down the line. They fly. Lucy can't take the mark. Ball goes over the line. They'll ball it in straight in front of the commentary box for cashforcans.com.au.
Alex Brooke, pretty brave then too for a young man. Just flew into that pack for the Tigers.
Yeah, it's been some really impressive efforts all night. Away they go. Mitch King's thrown off the kick. Ethan Nordell gets it out to Siska. He's got plenty of room to work in. Goes long, looking to the top of 50. Lane's got on his bike. He's pushed in the back, and the umpire sees it. Giblet frustrated. Hasn't had the best night. Lane is too far out to score. Goes for the short pass, and he finds Bodie Nordell. No, is it Waldrett? Bodie Nordell. Bodie Nordell. Put my binoculars up to the wrong spot. So Bodie Nordell had a really good night tonight. Bodie Nordell working around the midfield, off half back, and a goal for him here would be well deserved.
Jace Cormack coming to the bench for a well-deserved rest. He's been outstanding this evening.
Almost dead in front. Bodie, he's going to kick it from 45. Very deliberate approach. Very straight kick. The Tigers kick away. They go to 13-6-85 to Donnybrook 8-6-54.
The Tigers have been absolutely superb tonight. We're a little bit critical about their not using the first option when they were playing Busselton, but tonight that's all clicked into gear after what was a bit of a steady first quarter. They've upped the ante. Halfway through that second quarter, Donnybrook looked like they were going to take this game away, and the Tiger machine got a bit of oil and it got a bit of fuel, Mac, and off it went.
Yeah, and this clock that keeps ticking 25 minutes flat doesn't give a team a chance to stage any sort of comeback.
We've got a score update from Dunsborough. It is Kerry Park 8-7-55, lead Dunsborough 6-11-47 in the final quarter.
Up they go. McDonald wins it for cashforcans.com.au, and Kendall gets wrapped up. They're going to ball it up.
That's thanks to Geograph Civil too, Charlie.
Up they go. One down by Hawkins. They soccer it forward to the Tigers. Picked up by Crane. He passes it to the hot spot, and Lane on the lead. Really good work by Tyson Lane. I've liked his work tonight, Craney. I feel like he's hit back into a bit of form.
Oh, a lot of them Tigers that were down a couple of weeks ago have bounced back big time.
Tyson Lane, 45 degrees. He'll kick it from just inside the paint. Right side for a right footer. In he comes. Tyson Lane. Gets to 48, sends it on its way, and he's pushed it to the near side.
It's turning into a big victory by the Tigers here.
Yeah, it is. And he's got 2 goals, 1 to his name, Tyson Lane. The Tigers have really applied pressure since half-time, and Donnybrook, they've just kicked the 2 goals since the half-time break. Leggett to bring the ball back into play, just gets it to the top of 50, finds Kendall, gets a handball away. They get the ball out of defence, picked up by Kings to Felco. Gives a don't argue. McDonald's out on the wing on his own. Ball doesn't quite sit for him. Trickles over the line, and that'll be a lasso, and the Tigers will bring it back into play.
The Tigers have got their zone back. They're making it very hard for Donnybrook to break out of that defensive unit.
So Scott with the footy goes backwards. Finds the player in Ethan Nordell. He goes across. Gives it to Jack Wright. Gets a handball away to Gorda. Gorda, left foot kick. Scott on his chest. In front of McDonald. He's at left half back, right in front of his members. Scott gives a handball over the top to Wright. Wright works back. He's got Waldrett. Handballs to Galloway. Galloway, kicks it straight into Worsfold. Worsfold goes long, but there's no one home for the Dons, and Gorda takes the easiest of chess marks. He started this game on fire for Giovanetti Firewood. He went bang on that left foot of his. They players set themselves. Leggett smashes the pack. Worsfold gets a handball away, picked up by Cody Leggett. Gives a handball inboard. Shannon, left foot to the centre. Poor, risky. They do recover with the footy.
How's that for ball control?
Fraser tapped it to himself.
He's just done a
handball
hamstring
to McDonald.
too.
Bennett on the right boot to full forward. No one can take the mark. And SKG Radiology are going to have some work with Fraser, who's holding the string as a kick goes across the face.
I hope that's
from
a
the
cramp,
Dons.
not a string, the way he went, Mac.
And the big fella in Ralston just put it across the face for the Dons. He's coming to the bench, Craney, so it's not looking good.
Yeah, hopefully that's a cramp, but the way he went, it looked a bit string-like.
Yeah, so SKG might be having some scans to do on that young man.
The Hollow Beach Bar clock is winding down, Mac.
Rocco Versace, 20 seconds left in this one for Hungry Hollow clock. Gorda goes back across, finds Galloway, and she's all over, bar the shouting. We've gone into our final 10 seconds. Galloway goes long down the line. The Viking doesn't take the mark, comes off the pack to Waldrett. He goes bang, the siren goes, and South Bunbury are 31-point victors. 13-8-86 to Donnybrook, 8-7-55.
That brings up the end of the 1000th game at Hands Over this afternoon, and what a way to finish it. A great game of footy.